Hey, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today we're learning Pocahontas by Neil Young. I'm using a key of C diatonic harmonica. This is a Hohner Special 20. I'll put a link in the description to buy this exact model if you'd like one. So the version we're learning is the live version of the Unplugged album. This has got 4 really cool harmonica solos in it, so that's why I've picked it. And I'll put a link to that specific version so that you can listen to it and make sure that you're following as the original. So solo 1 comes in around 52 seconds into the song. Each of the solos is relatively short, just a few lines. So we've got lines A to D for solo 1, and our first line, we've got 3 blow, 4 blow, 5 blow, 6 blow. And then we've got 6 blow again, and then a little scoop on 6. So that means bending the 6, hitting it as a bend and releasing. So that's where I've got the 6 draw with a forward slash, that's the bend, and then an arrow to the 6 draw natural. And then 6 blow, 5 blow, 5 blow. Line B. So we've got 5 blow, slide to the 6 blow, and then 6 draw, 6 blow, 5 blow, and then a 6 blow, I've put tremolo in the tab. So that means he's kind of, it's like an on and off note, a start and stop note. It adds a bit of texture and a bit of emotion to what he's playing. You can also use your free hand to do that, but I don't think he's doing that because he's playing the guitar at the same time. So it's a breath, it's a ha 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 ha, like that. Line C. So we've got a 4 blow, it's a little bit loose, so I'll put a 5 blow in brackets next to it, so if you want to go. And then a little scoop on the 4, so again that's the idea of starting on a bend and releasing the bend. And the 4 draw itself is a little bit rough, so I've put a 5 in brackets again. Neil Young is a decent harmonica player. He plays some nice melodies, but they're not always fully clean and clear. It's partly because he's playing guitar at the same time. So a little bit of looseness isn't the end of the world. And then just 5 blow, 5 blow. And the second 5 blow has got that kind of tremolo, that almost decay sound on it where you're... Again. And then line D. Okay, bit of a weird one to describe this. So first off, scoop on hole 4, we talked about that. And then he breathes out. I've put this in brackets because it's less a melodic note, less a part of the melody as much as he's just getting his air out because he's then going to do a big draw note. So I've put 4 and 5 blow in brackets, so just a little breath out. Because then he does this. So to me it sounds like 3 draw, and he kind of bends it a bit. I've put a full step bend, but it's not an exact science. And then he slides down the instrument. So I've put sliding to the 1 draw. You don't really hear the 1 draw again as a melodic note, but you do hear this slide sound. So like that, okay? So you're bending the 3 if you can, and then sliding towards the end of the instrument. And then he finishes on, it could be the 2 draw, but I've put the 3 blow, which has the same note on the harmonica, that's a repeated note on the diatonic. I think he plays a 3 blow because he's just done that big draw note, so I think he'll probably want to go to blow. And that finishes solo 1. Okay, let's crack on with solo 2, which comes in around 1 minute 43. So line A. We've got a similar thing to the first line in solo 1, but it is slightly different. So we've got 3 blow, 4 blow, 5 blow, 6 blow, and then 6 blow, 6 draw, and then 2 6 blows. Again, they're a little bit rough, so I think a little bit of the 5 blow is creeping in. Like that. A little bit rough and loose, but sort of harmonic. Line B. So again, it's kind of an echo of the first solo 1. 6 blow, 6 blow, 6 draw, 6 blow, 5 blow, and then 6 blow with some kind of tremolo. Line C differs from the first solo. It's kind of nice little variation on the melody. Yeah, really nice. So we've got 6 blow, 5 draw, and he kind of bends the 5 draw. There is no extra note that you can bend the 5 draw down to. Well, I've put a bend symbol regardless, just because he is bending that a bit. And then 5 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 blow. Really nice. And then line D. Really nice. 5 blow, 5 blow, 5 draw, 5 draw, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow, 4 blow, 6 blow, 5 blow with that little bit of tremolo. So. And that's the end of solo 2. Let's learn solo 3, which comes in around 2 minutes 43. So line A. Again, echoes the first and second solos. He tends to start each solo in a similar way, but then veers off. So we've got 4 blow, slides up to the 6. And it's important you land on that 6. The starting note maybe isn't so important. 6 blow again, 6 draw, 6 blow, 5 blow, 6 blow. Line B. 5 blow, 6 blow, 6 blow, 6 blow, 6 draw, 6 blow, 6 blow. Line C. We've got 5 draw, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow, and kind of a tremolo on that 4 blow. Line D is basically just a scoop on 4 draw. So you can hear that dwa. So starting on the bend and releasing, but then he sort of ends up with a little bit of a 2 blow. So you'll hear just a little, sounds like a 2 blow to me. So I put in brackets, just a 2 in brackets to say a subtle little 2 blow to finish there. Maybe he's just trying to get his air out. Line E. I really love this line. So there's a little bit of a slide, I think on 3 and 4 blow to start with, but that's just a lead in really to the main event. So 4 draw 3 times, and then 5 blow, 5 draw, 5 blow, 4 blow, ba 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 bum, and then 4 draw with a little bit of a bend down. So this is the reverse of a scoop, if you like. I don't know if it's got a name, but we're starting on the 4 draw and bending it down. Just a little bit. And then 5 blow to finish. And then finally, line F. So 5 blow, 5 draw, 5 blow, and then 6 blow with some nice tremolo. His tremolo isn't that steady. He has a little bit of an unsteady tremolo. Usually you're aiming for a pulse, almost like a rhythmic beat. But his is a little bit unsteady, but it adds to the feeling of vulnerability, I think, to his playing. So solo 4 is a little bit different. It comes in at around 3 minutes 48. And it's got loads of repetition in it. So it's kind of the same thing looped over and over. So we've got and so on. So the first little bit is just a 4 blow to 5 blow. Just leads us in. And then it loops this next bit. So 6 blow 3 times, and then 5 draw, 5 blow. So it basically does that 7 times. The last time it sort of just finishes around. It doesn't really go to the notes on hole 5. But basically it's the whole thing over and over again. It gives a really nice contrast to the chords behind him, and it's a great use of repetition. And luckily for me, there isn't that much tab to think about. So that is what's happening on solo 4, and that's all of the solos in this version of the song. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this Neil Young song with me. If you'd like to learn more with me, then come and check out my online harmonica school. There's a link in the description. You can start a free trial today. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.